culture as a whole, and maybe culture has always been like this because there is the human need to survive and a desire to make things easier, but our culture views challenge as a problem to be solved, right? How do I take away every possible encumbrance in my life? How do I take away every challenge in my life? How do I make everything easier? Most of business is about how do we make things easier for our consumers. And trust me, I think that is good business. So I highly recommend you do that in your real estate business. I don't think you need to be telling your buyers and sellers, hey guys, we see every challenge as an opportunity for new levels of success. So my goal is to make this harder for you. No, that's not what we're doing. But there is something so powerful about challenge in our life. And it's not something to be avoided. It should be something that we embrace. What if, let me just propose to you, what if challenges, hard times, even hurtful times become some of the very best things that ever happened to us? What if our worst days can become our best days? What if the hardest things, what if the most challenging things, what if the most frustrating things are actually the things that do the most for us in our lives? What if we started telling ourselves a new story about a bad day? What if, just supposing, what if we started giving different meaning to hurtful things in our life? What if we started giving different meaning to a challenging seller or a challenging buyer or a challenging market? An insane transaction. What if we started giving that a meaning besides this is bad and it's to be avoided at all costs? So Linda McKissick was my guest last week on The Upside, and one of the quotes she said is the hard times you go through can be the best things that ever happened to you. You've got to just give it enough time. Meaning the win is not always immediately apparent, right? You don't necessarily have a bad day or a bad season or a challenge, and then within 2 seconds, you know exactly how that made you better. But what if we started programming our mind to say, every challenge, negative thing that happens to me, I will not let go to waste. I will figure out the upside to every challenge and hard time in my life. And I will figure out what the story is, how to make it mean something for my good. So I want to give you 6 things that I believe challenges provide for us. Because the affirmation is, I see every challenge, some of you are like, yes, everything but this one. Nope, every challenge as an opportunity. Some of your challenges have like actual names on them. You know, it's like Joe's the challenge. I get it. I see every challenge as an opportunity to break through to new levels of success. So what are our opportunities for challenges? All right, number 1, it builds resilience. Going through challenges build resilience. Resilience is not about avoiding hard things. Resilience means that you recover faster. You recover faster. An athlete who has resilience means they're going to heal a little faster. They're going to push through the pain a little bit better. They're going to come back stronger and better. They are resilient. I think real estate requires resiliency. If you have made it any length of time in real estate, I just want to say you have a certain level of resilience to you. You're an entrepreneur. You do not have to do this. You choose to do this. You choose to get back in the game. You choose to every single day not have a guaranteed paycheck and know where that's coming from. You choose to be in an industry that is constantly disrupted, a market that is constantly on the move, that's changing, an industry that is incredibly competitive. You are resilient. And your resilience developed because of the challenge. Ryan Leake, who I love, talks about so often we confuse a bad moment for a bad day. How much in our life, we spill coffee on ourselves and we come home, we're like, man, it was a bad day. literally because we spilled coffee on our white shirt. Like, give me a break. Is that a bad day? It's a bad moment. It's not great, right? Mom dies. That's a bad day. That's a little worse than a bad day, right? But we give so much power to things that aren't even, that are so minuscule, so small, right? So some of it we have to put into perspective. Give yourself a pity party and move on. I had a situation last week. I gave myself a little pity party. Only one person attended. It was me. I was all by myself in a little pity party hat. Had a little pity party. But guess what? Next day, no pity party. We're moving on. We're resilient. We're getting back at it. It's okay. It's okay. All right, number two, challenges promote personal growth. So realize that resilience is your bounce back, but growth is something different. Resilience allows you to bounce back to where you were before. Growth says, I'm not just going to where I was before, but this challenge is actually going to propel me further. Now, realize this, challenges in and of themselves do not cause us to grow. I have known plenty of people that hard times and challenges have knocked them down. They are not better than they were before. They are bitter, they're broke, they're pissed, they're whatever, drunk. I don't know what they are, right? But challenges do not in and of themselves make us better. It is what we choose to allow with our hard times and challenges. We get to decide, does this make me bitter or does this make me better? Does this make me jaded and disillusioned, or is this, I'm going to learn something and I'm going to grow from this? If you look back into hard times in your life, you can probably say that there were some hard times that you might go, I don't know if that really made me better, or at least not for a long time, right? Maybe there were some hard things you went through in your 20s and you're like, I finally get the lessons. At 55, I'm getting it, right? But the hard times you go through, some of your most pivotal moments came out of hard times. They came out of disappointment. They came out of loss. They came out of times where you had to scrape by. You had to figure it out. It wasn't easy. Nobody was there cheering you on. You had to take a challenging time and make a choice in it. And it was some of the most defining moments of your life. You have that choice with challenge. So how is character developed? Character is developed not when you reach the top of the mountain. It's developed in the climb. It's developed by not quitting. It's developed by keep going. It's developed by keeping your eyes off of just your own world and looking at somebody else. Character is developed in the climb. Okay. Third thing is that challenges boost our confidence. I saw the most heartwarming, I couldn't find it again, or I would have played it for you guys. The most heartwarming little video of this little 3-year-old boy who had never taken a step in his life. This was on the gram, and his mom was just She was such a good mom. I commented, I'm like, you are such a good mommy. Just coaching him and encouraging him to take that step. And he goes, I don't think I can do it. Just tiny little human. I don't think I can do it. And when that little boy took those steps, you could see the confidence just explode on his little face. I mean, it was like, okay, I'm not crying. You're not crying. So precious. But realize the challenge was there when he chose to step out and get into action before the confidence. There was confidence then that was created. So challenges in our lives, when you overcome something hard, you create confidence. One of the best things, I've told you all this many times, one of the best things I ever did was do a half marathon. Why? Because I didn't think I could do it, and then I did it. Right? What else have you done? Some of you didn't think you could be successful in real estate, and look, here you are. You didn't think you could step out in this way and do something, and yet you did it. And all of a sudden, then you're able to take that confidence to the next thing. All right, the fourth thing is it enhances your problem solving. If we never have challenges, we don't get better at solving problems, right? So challenging transaction is going to make you better for every transaction. Challenging consumer, client, better for every other client. Problems help us get better. Embrace them. Number 5, it fosters adaptability, meaning you become better adapting to uncertainty and change when you have hard times come your way. And I'm just going to tell you that is a skill set we all need in life. If we cannot adapt to change, if we can't roll with any punches in life, one of the ways that athletes keep themselves from being injured, flexibility. They do ballet, they do Pilates, these big, huge football players. Why? because if you're flexible, you're less likely to get injured. Some of us are so rigid. Everything has to be exactly a certain way. Anything that rolls us, around, we are just an absolute disaster. We've got to learn flexibility and adaptability. I promise you'll be happier in life. And the very last thing is it will strengthen your relationships. Love how Rory Vaden says you are most powerfully positioned to serve the person you once were. Do you know that hard times is what gives us empathy? If we do not ever experience anything difficult, we do not have empathy for people who do. I'm one of those moms who I'm like, is it bleeding? Can I see the bone sticking out? You're fine, right? I have a tendency to like rub dirt on it. You're fine. I literally will remember times. I consciously do this. I remember a time